Hello, everybody, and this is Mike Camo again for another Mike Camo's log. Today is June 25th, 2015. It is my fourth log. It's pretty nice to be saying four. I didn't expect to make these, but here's my fourth one. Um, a lot has not much has happened in my life. I know that there's been a lot of stuff in the media. There's been a lot of stuff in the media and everything. Um, I'm just gonna cut right to it. Um, as you can see, I'm in my work clothes, and no, I'm not doing that to be like Kevin Garnett or LeBron James when they put their jerseys up like that. I hate that. I'm just showing you that I have my red Target shirt on. Yeah, there's a lot that's been going on lately. First and foremost, since I last recorded a video, um, a very, very, very prominent actor uh, died. Christopher Lee. A lot of people know him by many aliases in movies. A lot of people know him as Saruman, Dracula, um, and Francisco Scaramanga in the James Bond series. And for those British fans, for those European fans who know what I'm talking about, he was also known as Lord Summerisle in The Wicker Man. Um, it's just a shame that we lost him. He's a really, really good actor. Um, he he played a very good antagonist. He was always good at it. He played Count Dooku, who was very evil. He played Saruman, who was very evil as a wizard. Dracula, that was his thing. He actually first started out doing a lot of horror stuff. Um, I always liked how he acted. He always played the guy that had the twisted ideals, and he played it in a very good way. Um, that he could represent that sort of thing. And The Wicker Man was one of his films. It's little known here in the U.S. I've actually seen it. There was a remake. There was an American-made remake in 2006 with Nicolas Cage. Personally, I didn't like it. It was just not well done. It was basically a copy of the original, and it was actually a direct copy. Yeah, some of the scenes were changed, and some of everything, some of the plot was changed. But other than that, they really didn't do much. They did the same thing with Psycho back in 1998. Um, they really couldn't get the spirit of the original in the remake in the remake of Wicker Man. I think um, Chris Lee did a great job in that. He plays this guy who named Lord Summerisle, as I mentioned, and he really he's this guy who the Islanders follow, and and his one of his relatives in the movie that he mentions in the movie created a strain of plants or crops that would survive in the harsh European climates, and he thinks that all these little things that the Islanders do in the movie will help with the harvest, and he really has this twisted idea. Um, the police officer in the movie that is searching for this, um, intertwined in all this, there's a police officer on the island looking for a little girl named Rowan Morrison, who nobody's heard of, and he gets caught in the middle of this, and Louis Summerall, well, Christopher Lee kind of screws him up a little bit. He says, Mister police officer, we have no one there. We have no one here by Rowan Morrison." And he's just the typical confident bad guy, and he knows what he's doing, and he doesn't think that he's doing anything wrong yet. Yet his Islanders have a completely different outlook on life. I mean, you should go check the movie. It has a cult following in both I think in Europe, in the United States, not so much because it's very little known. But yeah, he was a great actor. To Lord of the Rings fans, he was great in that. He was great in that series too. I won't discount that. Star Wars as well. And yeah, so he did well in that. So prayer to him, and also thoughts to his family, condolences to his family, because Christopher Lee was a great actor. He was really he really played a bad guy to the T. He really could. It's kind of like Sean Connery playing the good guy a heck of a lot. He rarely played a bad guy, but you know he's the complete opposite of Sean Connery. Very good bad guy, very confident, very good. But yeah, that's my closing on him, and I'm hoping they do a tribute to him, so I can see that movie on TV, because I just want to say, oh, he made this movie, and it's very little known. I was going to not tackle the Charleston issue, but I am going to. For those of you who may know, it was a very, very, very sad day in America when that happened. I mean, my thoughts are out to the families of those people that had their lives affected. I mean, 13 people, nine killed and 3 injured, and I think there was a couple others that were affected, including the pastor. I mean, the symbol of the church, the pastor, getting gunned down, and I was actually in the break room at work that day, and I just saw it on the news, and I saw it on the screen. It says 21-year-old. I'm not going to mention his name to protect the innocent. Goes into church and causes the harm and shoots 9 people and wounds 3. I instantly just sat there and said, "What is wrong with this picture?" I mean, going into a church and gunning these people down. These people are trying to study and worship, and practice their religion. It was a Bible study group, I believe it was. But there's a horn outside. But they just didn't need it. I mean, I don't know what was going through the kid's mind. I know from the media that he was a white supremacist. He has those tendencies. I just think that an individual like that, there has to be a serious amount of thinking that goes through that person's mind, that they want to go through with this. I mean, some people claim he wasn't going to go through with it at one point, but he might have not. But shame on the young fella who thought that was right. I'm here to clarify right here, right now, that I'm one of those guys that does not like to see people hurt. I'm in a helping profession. I'm going to be a counselor, hopefully in schools. In a school system one day. It just pisses me off to no end that somebody would do that to people just because of their color, and because they have this ideal, and those white supremacists have this ideal. You're taking over my land and my country, and you're ruining for me. I don't see how we can have all that bigotry, the racial language that they go through. I know it was in the South. I know they're not too friendly, but down there and everything. But it shouldn't have to come to that. I mean, it just makes me sick to my stomach even saying it again, even saying and even mentioning this. But I'm going to, because it's just come to the point where we got to start thinking about, is this a gun issue? Is this a mental health issue? or is this just a straight out person issue, and the mental and the gun issue? The gun issue is a separate thing, but I think it is the person who uses the weapon and pulls the trigger is the one who's actually the weapon, because this up here, where we process all our thoughts, this is a weapon up here if it is not used properly. There are some people that use this to very, very, very evil and very, very inhumane things. And in his head, those thoughts were conjured up. And there's probably groups like the white supremacists that probably looked at that news and said, "Oh, you know what? That's hooray, this and that." To those groups, I'm going to tell you this right now: all you guys out there, white supremacists, people who really don't like people with with another color other than theirs, please stop. It's a shame. We're Americans. We're proud. We're a proud nation. We have to inhabit the land in this country with them. Doesn't matter that they came here again. That culture came against their will from Africa and other nations, because we thought it was fun because the original settlers thought it was fun to do that and literally sell little people, and it's evolved into this. It's gone from where they're here. They've evolved. Well, they were good. They were evolved to begin with. These were people that could have been smart like you and me, but it evolved into the fact where some people thought they've outstayed their welcome. We were here first. We were here first. I mean, really, the Native Americans were here first, but that's another story. But seriously, some of those groups just no. Those groups need to rethink their priorities. They may or may not, but I seriously think all you groups out there who do not support and cannot live in the same region or in the same area space as an African American person, shame on you. There's no thing for that. And the president has had to come up so many times to address the nation on all these problems. And, this is only fuel to Obama's fire for his gun control stuff, and he's aiming at the gun instead of the person, because it's the person who is manipulating this item. It is the thoughts and the ideals, the sick ideals and the twisted ideals of these people. And if they want to think that way, you know what? They can think that way, but it's not going to get them anywhere. It's just going to land them in jail, and it's going to get them in trouble. I do not support white supremacists. I just don't. I just think you have the privilege of living in this country with no problem. I know we had to fight for this nation, but I think we should be proud that we actually got this nation and fought for it. And we don't need to treat people like this like crap. And you know what? 13 people getting slain in a church, a place where I never think it would happen. That's just pushing it too far. What I think should happen is the politicians should come together and say, you know what, we have to come up with a standard. Should we blame the human being pulling the trigger, or should we blame the gun? The guns are, I don't know if too many politicians are getting this, but the guns, it doesn't matter how you restrict them and what you do to them, they're still going to cause problems. You can still cause harm with a single shot semi-automatic than you can a pistol with 8 rounds. I don't get that. It has to be the person that are causing these problems have to be looked at, examined, and see what they're thinking, because it's them who are making the law-abiding citizens that own firearms in this country look bad. And honestly, not all Southerners are bad, because I know Hickok 45. He's a very honest, law-abiding, safe gun owner and a YouTuber. He's very good. He's a little humorous. Some people may take that as a warning, as a warning sign or as a red flag. But he's really, really just your typical free thinking, home of the free type guy. And he said that he said that we should focus on the person who is pulling the trigger instead of the gun itself. The gun is an inanimate object. We cannot blame an inanimate object. We have to pull them. We have to manipulate the mechanisms on those things in order for them to go. I think that's what they should do. Now, I'm not affiliated to any party. I'm a centrist. Some people may not have heard of that, but it's a group that's neither left wing or right wing. I'm right in the middle. I think that both parties should be bipartisan. They should be working together to come up with a standard that they think is right, because we can't have one ruling party. We can't have one ruling party. I don't know why people think that just because one party is here and one party is there doing this, they need to both come up with a situation where will they make most parties happy. I know for a fact that you cannot ban or take out the Second Amendment. If that were to happen, we lose our chance to defend ourselves in case an invasion of some sort, just in case our home defenses here in the U.S. Even though we have a great military, we have the strongest military on the history of man. Some people may figure, oh, we're strong, but we're also a little too strong. I think we're capable of anything. But anyway, we will not be able to defend ourselves if the Second Amendment is taken out. And there may be chaos if that Second Amendment is taken away. So, again, I don't want guns banned, but the people that think this way and think this way, in this racist way, in this very biased way, stop. It's just not helping this country. This country is supposed to be growing back. We just came back from terror. We've been trying to claw back. We clawed back from the terrorist attacks. Our economy was doing well, then it turned down. We're still trying to recover, and stuff like this has to happen. And in these groups, especially this 21-year-old, thinking I'm making a difference. I'm making a difference for the white guy when he's just making a fool of himself. And to be honest with you, if he watches this, and if this ever gets popular, let me tell you, my friend, that was a very, very foolish and stupid move. I don't know what was running through your head. You're from the South, but you're supposed to be a proud Southerner, and you are supposed to respect your country. Just like us Northerners up here, we respect the country. We think very much of it. We're very patriotic up here. But you are the guys who give this country the spirit it needs. You guys are the free thinkers, and you guys are in the less restrained world. You need to show that you just have not shown the rest of the world that you guys are that your culture is restrained, when that is not exactly true. There are a ton of Southerners who own guns and have gun channels that are very, very, very proper, and you have just made all of them look bad. So, Mr. Roof, with the heaviest heart, you have deserved your punishment. You have gravely deserved your punishment, because even if you pay back every cent of even if somebody pays back every cent of your bail, which is about $1 million, you will still not be able to buy back the lives of those people that you affected. You affected. I think you should really, really, really reconsider that time. You said that at one point they were very nice to you. You should have stopped there. You knew it. You had it in your heart. But your heart probably said, these people are a little too nice. and this is the reason why you thought they had to go. Shame on you, and it should have never happened. To the rest of America, I think we have to look at each other. We have to sometimes question our beliefs, and we have to check back on our beliefs to see if we're going the right way, because we don't know what person we're going to be tomorrow. We could be a good person today, and we could be a grumpy person who just hates the world tomorrow. I like the fact that I wake up and I'm just, you know what, ready to tackle the day. I don't think anything. I form my thoughts as I go. Or I don't form my thoughts as I go, but I try to act in the best way possible because I have to carry myself a certain way. And to be honest with you, have mercy on your soul, my friend, because Mr. Roof, have mercy on your soul, because you have ashamed America, you have ashamed the land of the free, the home of the brave. It is not supposed to come to this, and you're only fueling Obama's crusade on guns. So, I think. I'm praying to God that you are showing the wrath, because you're going to get it, my friend. Because you're going to get it, my friend, for the rest of your life for making this one mistake. You had your life ahead of you. He had his life ahead. Mr. Roof had his life ahead of him, and he screwed it all up. Honestly, I think that it's a shame that it happened, but it shouldn't have happened. So those are my thoughts on that. Is there anything else going on? Nothing really much, other than the summer's going really good. Other than the Charleston problem, well, my personal summer's going very good, but I think that oh yes, I am doing one thing. I'm actually watching. I'm watching Ted 2. Probably either Thursday, Saturday, or Sunday. I don't know when, but I'm hoping to see it. I'm gonna see it. I'm not seeing it because I enjoy it. It's because I see how low McFarlane can go with all of his really law and rule cutting stuff. He gets away with so much, and I want to see what he does. Maybe he's learned that movies have to be a little different from his TV show, but we'll see what will happen. If I do see the movie, I'll give a review on it on my next vlog. I don't know when that'll be, but hopefully. But hopefully there's not too much sad news. If there is, well, hopefully there's not any sad news, because I would hate for it to have to talk about something like that again. Thank you so much for watching YouTube, and I don't have a subscribe button. I don't want subscribers. I don't want a following. So I just want this. If I do become if I do get a lot of reception, I may start posting a subscribe button, but nothing's for sure. So I'll see you guys on the next vlog. Thank you, and have a good day.